Welcome back, you lot. We've got something a little bit different today because a while ago, you might remember that I took a look at the Starcraft 2 miniatures game made by Archon Studio, and I got excited. I got really excited. I got hit with a wave of nostalgia a mile wide and a mile tall because I used to play a lot of Starcraft and Starcraft 2. It was one of my all-time favourites back in the day. So seeing those units, those miniatures, it just made me happy. It made me real happy to the extent that Archon actually reached out and sent me something. So, excuse you. This, as you can see, is a two-player starter set. It's the Founders Edition, which I'm afraid is not available anymore. It's taken a little while to get around to doing this video, but the contents of this, we're going to take a look at them. We're going to put a couple of models together, see how nicely they fit, and yeah, I'm excited about this. I really have been looking forward to cracking this box open, so we'll do a bit of an unboxing and then see what the models are like. Oh, just as a note, this isn't a sponsored video, they just sent me the box to check out, which is exactly what we're going to do. We should probably start by taking the wrapping off, which I'm thinking will be extremely satisfying. It usually is, so let's make a small incision, and then we'll get the joy of the rip. Oh, here we go, a nice even spread. Oh, yeah, no, that's good, It's the best part of opening any box, taking the plastic off. It's just so satisfying. Oh, there we go, lovely. I don't know what it is, but just this feels weirdly surreal. Like, seeing these two faces on a cardboard box that contains miniatures, it feels like some alternate reality type thing. But I'm here for it, you know, I'm here for it. Oh, so straight off the bat, we've got some of the translucent plastic, the coloured translucent plastic. I mean, it looks good. As I've said before, I've put together a couple of things from Archon that use, I'm assuming, the same, like, formula of plastic, but with, like, blue see-through instead of these other colours. But it's a little trickier to work with, but the end result is something very fun and very cool. So it's always felt worth it. Especially in the case of the big old dragon they did. That is an amazing model, and even though the plastic's harder to work with, the end result totally makes up for it. There's actually more of this translucent plastic than I thought we were going to get, but that's cool, that's nice. Lots of options, awesome. We've got stuff for the Marines and for the medics there as well. I think the way they've packaged this box has been pretty good as well. Like, there's a lot in here. It's super heavy, it's super, like, dense, but it's all really secure. It's not like it's just rattling around. Little things like wrapping the sprues like this so that they come out in one bundle and they're not just, you know, jumping all over the place what is being shipped. It's only a small thing, but it's nice to see. We're going to get rid of the rattly thing first, and I'll probably just mute this bit because it's going to sound atrocious. Yeah, there we go. Nope. Just as a note, by the way, it very much looks to me as though we've got magnet holes in the middle of these bases. That's quite a nice touch. If that is the intended purpose, then that's some good thinking. I like it. For bigger bases like this, I think I would like to see a few more than just one in the centre. But them being included at all, it's good. It's nice. Very shiny bases. They are nicely textured though. You got proper ground texture on there. So if you don't want to be bothered doing a bunch of, you know, specific bases, just put in a coat of some sort of technical paint over the top. That'd be fine. A quick glance at the bag confirms they're all like that. I just didn't want to rip it open and make a horrible noise again, so... Okay, I did notice that within this particular bundle of miniatures, we do also have some terrain stuff as well, which I really want to take a look at. So let's slice this off and take a look at the terrain first. I know that might seem a bit backwards, but I have a feeling that the terrain in this might be sort of multi-use if you wanted it to be that. I'm just adding to a pile of plastic and random stuff down by the side of my chair, and it's going to be so horrifically messy at the end of this, and I'm not looking forward to cleaning it up, but it's fine. Right, so we've got a lad making an escape here. Look at that. He's coming away. He's trying to make a run for it. I don't think there's anything damaged there. I think it's just come away from the gates. Oh, actually, maybe. Oh, that's a shame. There is a little bit of damage there, but I don't think that's anything that will affect the model itself. It's just something that's occurred in shipping. Okay, the terrain. So I was super curious about this, just seeing it now, because I really like Archon Studio's terrain. They do really, really good terrain. I use it all the time for D&D. Like the Dungeons and Laser stuff, I use it constantly. And yeah, it's sort of become a fallback thing of, you need a building, we've got buildings. You need, really, when they expanded the range to bring more sort of wild environments as well, that just meant that there was no other, like, alternative for me. It was just, well, it's always going to be It's always going to be Archon for that stuff. So I was just super curious as to how this looks, and I like these grasses. These grasses are very fun. They look really nice. The detail's good. Everything's numbered again as well. Their sprues are usually very, very good and approachable. So I'm glad to see that that seems to be the case here as well. Yeah, I do like this terrain set. It looks good. Nice bit of cracked stone. You've got some more like greenery and wildlife growing up here. That's nice. Now the floor sections, I really, really like these. These look very cool. And again, I'm not going to lie, these aren't just going to be used for this game. Absolutely not. They are perfect for a multitude of applications, I would argue. So we've got the cross-shaped holes on the flooring. We've also got some standalone stuff as well. But I'm assuming that that means that these walls and the like, yes, they've got the cross-shaped members as well. I believe, though, the grasses are just standalone. Yeah, it looks like they are. Ooh, this is nice. This is nice terrain. This is nice scenery. It looks good. And an added benefit, super easy to paint. Really easy to paint this sort of thing. Just dry brush the hell out of it and you're good to go. Lovely job. It's quick, it's easy, and it tends to look pretty good. So, one of the other sprue packs there as well. I've just realised that the map underneath does look to be a cloth map as well, so that's nice. Let's take a closer look at one of the sprues and let's go for Marines. I mean, that to me, straight off, the detail looks nice. The detail looks really good. The assembly looks pretty clear cut even without instructions, so that's nice. Everything is very well separated. So you've got your torso, you've got your power pack, arms and legs. That, I mean, it just, I don't necessarily think you would need the instructions to put these together. I think these are some just eye it up and you're probably good to go. Obviously, I will look at the instructions, but there will be those amongst us, those amongst you, who have put together enough plastic at this point that you might not necessarily need it for some of this. But that to me is just a sign of a well-divided model. Like, if you can just take a look at it and go, well, I know how that goes together, just means someone's done a very good job of designing it to be approachable, you know? I just picked up this sprue, saw the wings, and immediately was like, it's Kerrigan's sprue! Excellent! Love it! Also, oh, it does say. So we've got Archon, and then we've got Blizzard, and then there, we've got Sarah Kerrigan. So, you know, just in case. The wings look fantastic, really like those. The body is so small compared to the wings. I always forget that she's still, you know, she's just a regular-sized woman. She just happens to have a load of Zerg stuff going on as well. The detail on the arms and legs is really nice too. Oh, yeah, this looks good. This looks good. And, yeah, more magnet holes. Love it. Love that. Okay, Kerrigan, sorry, I'm going to have to put you away a second because I've just seen some chunky boys here as well. Again, these look really pretty simple to put together. If this is just the one frame that you get for them, I mean, I'm seeing a couple of legs, I'm seeing the big chunky arms, the torso, and then the huge the huge power pack that's also got a bit of fuel in there as well. I've forgotten what these guys are called. Marauders? Yeah, they are Marauders. Oh, yeah. Well, it says right there. So we've got Marauders, 1 of 3, 2 of 3, and then 3 of 3, I'm assuming, is the one right under here. We've got some Zerg Roach action here too, including the little burrowed ones. I love the little burrowed ones. Those are really fun. I like those a lot. I thought I'd spotted him. I thought I'd spotted him as part of the other bundle just there. We've got Rayner here as well. You can see the big old sniper rifle. That looks decent. Again, the quality of it looks really, really good. All the details nice and crisp. The sprue layouts are good and everything's clearly labelled. Not really anything to complain about here. Okay, I'm going to move the other sprues out of the way so we can take a look at the map that's in here as well. So underneath all the sprues, we've got, well, the rest of it. I'll unwrap the bag before I try and move it because that won't sound good. Alright, we've got the map. The pattern on it looks decent. The quality is okay. Maybe a little bit pixelated here and there, but it's alright. It's a little bit thin, but it does feel, it feels sturdy, like thin but sturdy. It doesn't feel like it's just going to fall apart or fray. The edges feel decent. I can't unfold it fully here because I simply don't have space on this desk, but you can get a good feel for the overall pattern of it. I think the stones especially look really nice on this. It has got a good, like, textured look to it. Yeah, that's good. Now we've got all our various data sheets and the like. I was super curious as to how these would look in practice. Like, we saw some pictures of them. I'm going to say the layout is not unfamiliar. I think that's probably the way to put it, isn't it? It's not completely the same as other things you might find, but it's also not unfamiliar. Speed, armour, evade, hit points, unit size. I'll of course have to take a look through the actual rulebook to know what some of this stuff is, but the print quality is nice, it's super clear. Having the painted versions of the miniatures on the cards is nice, I like that a lot as well. Thickness wise the card's fine, it's not like you're going to be folding it, you wouldn't be doing that regardless of how thick the card is anyway, so. Oh, and you've got the upgrades on the back. Got a classic measuring stick. You know what, this is actually decent quality as well. I've got to say, that's actually quite nice. Decorated but still see-through as well, which is just a little thing, but I like it. Got a bunch of scenario cards as well, and you know what? 2 of each is a nice touch. There being 1 for each player, I like that a lot. Double-sided as well. Just a little thing, but not having to swap a card backwards and forwards so you can remember what's going on. Yeah, it's just a nice little quality of life thing, isn't it? Again, I'm going to have to go through the rulebook and check out what everything does, but yeah, I mean, this all feels good, solid quality, you know? Whole bunch of tokens there as well. Plenty of dice to be going along with. So having had a quick look at this, and having said that I was going to have a look through the rules book, this seems to be pretty much what you get for the rules in this box. It's just 1 sheet, double-sided, but it lays out each of the phases. These cards lay out what the missions are and how long the game length is, so as you can see, a whole position is 5 turns, but then divide and conquer is 4. The keywords on the various data cards, so for instance, the medic is able to heal, the definition for that is on the reference sheet. Now, given the way this is all laid out, I'm kind of hoping that this is going to be pretty easy to get into, to be honest. Once the models are assembled, probably before they're painted, we'll give it a blast and see what it's like. Speaking of assembly, there is a big book of instructions here, so I'm going to go and assemble a couple of the miniatures so we can see what they're like to put together. Look, if you've got a box that says Starcraft on it, and that box contains a miniature for Jim Raynor and Sarah Kerrigan, who are you going to put together first? Like, really, realistically, what would any of us do if presented with that option? I mean, obviously I put them together first. Why would I not? Why would I not? Oh, but what about the rank and file? We'll get to the rank and file. These two are more important and you know it. So, putting these two together. I mean, frankly, when it comes to Jim Raynor, it's exactly what I expected from Archon Studio, because I've put together a bunch of their miniatures, I've put together a bunch of their scenery, and generally speaking, their stuff is laid out super, super well. The sprues are easy to comprehend, it's easy to find the parts that you need, and of course having a big book of instructions like this, that also helps a lot. Obviously, digital ones also fine. When it comes to just like environmental stuff, I prefer digital, but I'll be honest, there's something nice about having an actual book as well. Looking at the other sprues, pretty much all the Marines seem to go together the same way as Raynor, and Raynor was super easy to assemble. Really quick, really simple. He feels nice and sturdy after the fact, it doesn't feel flimsy at all, the sockets for the arms and legs work super, super well, and the fact that his visor is that see-through plastic, I absolutely love that. This was honestly a joy to assemble. I really enjoyed putting Raynor together, and it actively made me look forward to putting together the rest of the Marines. Of course, the fact that once done, he looks fantastic as well. I mean, no downsides here. No downsides, lovely experience, would do again. Now, by contrast, oh boy, I struggled with Kerrigan. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I really struggled to put Kerrigan together, and I don't necessarily know that it's because the instructions are subpar, because I don't think they are. They're clearly labelled. Everything that you need to do is, I mean, it's in the correct steps. Like, there's no other way to put this model together. The way things interlock, you, in a way, can't get it wrong, because if you get it wrong, the next piece simply won't fit. So, in that respect, it's a case of, well, yeah, if you just follow along, you'll be fine. Kerrigan, it was far more fiddly to put together. Like, far more fiddly. The component parts are just a lot smaller. The way in which the miniature has been designed means that those very simple socket setups that you have for Raynor and the Marines are just not really present here. There's a lot more of like fitting a particular molded shape into another molded shape, but instead of it being like just, okay, here's a square hole that you fit the square peg into, instead it's, here's this slightly contoured shape that slots into this other contoured shape, but it's shallow enough that it's possible to miss on dry fitting. And more than once when putting Kerrigan together, I sort of sat there and fiddled around a bit with the parts that I had, kind of going, I mean, I see what it says, but I'm not feeling the click. I'm not feeling the connection I'm supposed to make. I mean, the fact is that at the end of the day, everything did go together fine. But in terms of ease of assembly, I like to think at this point I have put together a few models. I've done a few in my time. Kerrigan was actually really, really tricky for me. Again, though, I've got to stress, I don't think it's because she's badly designed. From everything that I've done in terms of assembling plastic miniatures in the past, the way that they've done it makes sense and is sort of on par from what I'd expect from a complex plastic miniature, but some of those parts super fiddly, and some of those connections didn't feel quite right until they suddenly did. There are just some models like that. Kerrigan is one of those models like that. But I will say that by the time she was done, the fully assembled Kerrigan looks absolutely fantastic. Like, she looks really, really good. I'm super impressed with the detail, the posing, the finished article. Absolutely love it. Putting it together, not so much. Overall then, I think this box is pretty damn good. Although, to be fair, I have a fairly high standard of expectation for Archon Studio at this point, because I have a lot of their stuff. Every time I think or mention Archon Studio, I sort of glance over that way, because that is where all of my both completed and, shamefully, still in boxes Archon Studio stuff lives. And it's not just because they send me stuff when they are releasing something new for Dungeons and Lasers either. A significant chunk of that is stuff that I have bought. And the reason I keep going back is because pretty much every time I get something from them, it is well laid out, it is good quality plastic, the sprues are clearly labelled, the instructions are very clear, and this box is no different. The Starcraft Fans Edition box is everything that I would expect from Archon, in that it's well made, it's well put together, it's easy to approach, and the quality of the content is really good, which is, I mean, really, what more can you ask for? It's still kind of wild to me now that there is a Starcraft tabletop miniatures wargame. That's kind of crazy, but it's a fun thing to exist, and I'm very glad that it does. As I mentioned a couple of times, I played so much StarCraft 2 back when I was a lot younger, and it just still feels novel and really fun to be able to hold Rayna and Kerrigan in my hands, like they're in an official capacity. They exist in plastic, and that's just kind of awesome. Again, Rayna, super easy to put together. Absolutely like rapid, quick, easy, approachable. Kerrigan, not so much, but as I said before, some miniatures are just like that. Sometimes the way to get clean flowing lines out of a miniature is not to have everything be a socket joint, and in Kerrigan's case, that's what they did. And I will say that whilst it was more fiddly and it was more tricky than I was maybe expecting at first, is Kerrigan the most fiddly or difficult miniature I've ever put together? Oh, absolutely not. There are other miniatures by manufacturers that you may well know that, frankly, are an absolute nightmare. Kerrigan was tricky, but the end result is something with an excellent pose that's high detail, and that is the video game character, but in the palm of my hand, to quote a certain Dr. Octopus. It's just really cool to see. It's really nice that it exists, and the box itself and the contents are of the standard that I would expect from Archon Studio to begin with. So yeah, really, really happy with that. I just need to assemble the rest of them so that then we can have a game of it and then do a video on that as well. There's a big project right before I get around to doing that, which you'll find out more about later, but we will get around to it, and we will have a game of it, and we will film it, so that we can all have a look. Now, if you want to keep up with StarCraft, the tabletop game, then there'll be a link in the description. It's worth signing up for the newsletter so that you know what's going on in terms of the game being released for retail, and then there's Wave 2, and then Wave 3. The best way to keep up with all of that is to sign up to the newsletter. There'll be a link in the description down below. Again, this wasn't a sponsored video, it was just Archon Studio sending the box over for me to take a look at, which I really appreciate, and yeah, overall, really like it. It's good. So thank you to them, thank you to you for watching. Let me know what you thought of that in the comments down below, and I will see you for the next one.